What is going on YouTube? 0088 here, and normally I don't talk about this kind of political stuff, but today I am pissed. I am pissed because, you know, one of my favorite movies of the year, Black Panther, is sparking outrage amongst the black community, mostly in America, I'm guessing. It always is the Americans. And, you know, obviously I'm African myself, so, you know, I can relate to this kind of stuff. But this is my thoughts on this. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Basically what has happened is Forever 21, which is a clothing website, I believe, they featured a white guy. You know, you don't even show it in this article. I have to find the picture myself. Basically this white dude is wearing a Wakanda top. Where is it? There's loads of and oh god, the Cosmopolitan. I might as well read this article, I guess. Who's this? That's the lady that played. Did she speak on it? Anyway, that's the dude. This is the guy who was. They were advertising this dude, this top, and this is the model. And because he's a blue-eyed, blonde-haired, even though his hair looks dyed, dude, he was. A whole of Black Twitter went crazy, criticizing, saying, "Why is this white guy wearing it?" Anyway, let's read the article, and I'll go through it and give my opinions. This Cosmopolitan article, so this will be interesting. There's no doubt that Marvel's Black Panther, the second mainstream superhero movie featuring a black hero, was monumental for Black America and was the second mainstream superhero movie featuring a black hero. I'm pretty sure there's other, well, I guess those other ones are kind of funny. They're kind of silly. I don't know if you can take them seriously, but anyway. For Black America, and was a celebration of black excellence. So when Forever 21 decided to use a white model to sell a Wakanda Forever sweater, people were understandably upset. What? Why? Why would you be upset that a white guy's wearing a Black Panther top? Look, that's like me. That's like white people getting upset that a black person is wearing a Spider-Man top. It's just completely backwards. I get it. I get the argument. Oh, black people have been held down for all this time and that they need this. This is like black people's time to shine. So black people should be celebrating it. Only black people are allowed to have it or whatever. But I think that's some backwards thinking. I think we're not going to get anywhere with that kind of thinking. We should be embracing each other's cultures. All this cultural appropriation bullshit is that there's this fine line between cultural appropriation and just might as well just be segregated. Might as well be segregation after that. You know, we need cultural segregation after we go over the top of cultural appropriation. Here's a photo of the model wearing a sweater with the slogan for the fictional sub-Saharan African country of Wakanda. Fictional African country of Wakanda, the home of the Black Panther. This is good. We should. This is like the whole thing where white kids wanted to wear Black Panther's outfit for Halloween, and people were trying to say white kids shouldn't be allowed to wear Black Panther. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Like, just as much as I can wear a Captain America outfit or a Captain America t-shirt, a white person be able to wear a Wakanda top, whether it's being modeled or whatever. It's just a model. It's not like he's wearing dashiki or whatever. And even a white guy wearing a dashiki, I think is cool. If anything, I have the authorities to talk about who should wear dashiki or not, because I'm actually African from Nigeria, you know, like born in Nigeria. So I think I know what I'm talking about here. And I love it when people are celebrating my culture with respect and, you know, like, you know, as long as they're respecting it, as long as they're not taking the piss, I'm absolutely fine with people celebrating my culture. You know what I mean? Like, more power. Like, it's exciting when you see someone of another culture, of another race, celebrating your culture. Like, most people I've noticed, whether they're Mexican or Japanese, Chinese, people actually from the culture. Like, if you go to Japan, if you go to China, if you go to the proper, like, you know, Mexican areas. There's a video on YouTube that I saw where this guy went to the proper Mexican areas, you know, of the United States, like where these proper, like, newly, freshly integrated Mexicans live there. Like, and they absolutely are fine with him wearing a, you know, sombrero, a poncho and stuff like that, because they're not they don't have this weird, like, westernized mentality where you just think everything is cultural appropriation because someone said so, or because I don't know. It's like this is a Western thing. It's like if you're born and bred in America, that's how you think. But when you're from another country, like from Africa, anywhere in Africa, China, you know, Japan, they usually are really happy about it and proud to see their culture is spreading across the world. Look how American culture is spread from the United States to Japan, how it's influenced Japan. All the Disney manga, anime came from just Disney. The Legend of Zelda, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Link. I hope you know I'm talking about Legend of Zelda. You should do by now if you're on my channel. The Legend of Zelda, Link, came from the Disney creations, which came from America. You know, that's how we should be, like, utilizing each other's cultures and stuff like that, you know. But no, everything is cultural appropriation. You know what makes this even more ridiculous is that Black Panther, we wouldn't even have Black Panther if it wasn't created by two white Jewish men, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. They created Black Panther in, what, 1963 or something like that? I don't know right now off head. But they created Black Panther. So this movie wouldn't even exist without two white people in the 1960s. And you want to go ahead and tell white people they can't even wear the jumpers, or they can't use a white person to promote the jumpers? What kind of backwards logic and dumb, ignorant bullshit is that? It's so stupid. It's unreal. It's embarrassing. Like, this is what I hate. And not only that, but then Kevin Feige, this white dude in Disney, had to give a go-ahead for this film to even be made. Had to cast, you know, the cast that we've got. Had to get the black director, you know, Ryan Coogler, to direct this. He had to get all these people to come in there. This white dude, Kevin Feige, probably fought for Disney, fought Ike Perlmutter. If you guys don't know who Ike Perlmutter is, he's probably the actual racist guy that worked in Disney that stopped, you know, certain progress from happening. We probably could have had a Black Panther movie sooner if it wasn't for people like him. But we had a white guy, Kevin Feige, take him out so then we can actually have the amazing Black Panther movie that we had, you know. But then let's go back to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1963. Stan Lee created this character, created Wakanda, created T'Challa, created T'Chaka, you know, created Shuri, all these characters, right? And then now you're going to come here in 2018, claim it, and say, yeah, this belongs to us. What? It's so backwards thinking. That's not how we're supposed to get along with each other and, you know, assimilate as one race, the human race. Stop trying to segregate the world. It's literally, you're doing exactly what white people did, you know, back in the 1800s, 1700s, or whatever else. We can't be stooping to that mentality. We've got to progress on from that, you know. That's not, like, this is what people mean by you're shackled with mental slavery. You keep holding on to this horrible, nasty past when we could all be working together to make the world better rather than creating more hate. And that's all I have to say on that. Anyway, let's get back into this. I don't have an issue with it at all. After the company tweeted a link with the picture of the model, Twitter was quick to tell them it was incredibly tone deaf. How tone deaf do you have to be to choose this model for that sweater? Do better, white people. Can you imagine a Twitter post where some guy was going, how tone deaf you have to be to choose this model for a sweater? Do better, black people. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine any white person having the balls to say that on Twitter. Like, it's mad. Like, this isn't good, man. The whole point of equality and egalitarianism and, you know, all of us living together as one on this earth, like, happy, isn't for the pendulum to swing all the way to the other side. So then, like, minorities are allowed to be racist to whoever was ruling on racist before. That's not how it works. That's not what equality is, at least in my opinion, you know. What kind of bullshit is this? In what universe did you think it was okay to feature a white model in Wakanda gear? What? How do these people think? Granted, chances are you knew it wasn't okay, but still, as a former 21 Men brand specialist for the company, I'm highly offended. What? Of course, there are some people who think there's nothing wrong with using a white model as elsewhere. Plus, some were more upset because they didn't like the design. One user wrote, "It's dope that after years of black kids wearing Superman, that hosts a host of white heroes, a black hero is right there in the mix. So it doesn't bother me that a white person is wearing that Wakanda Forever sweater. I think it's dope that after years of black kids wearing Superman, yeah, I read that already. Oh gosh. This is where it pisses me off the most. It's not even just the black community. In fact, it's usually, from what I know, it started with like, you know, the radical feminists. It started with like these radical liberals, radical leftists and all that, and this SJW thing that's been going on. Like, it's just mad now. And this is what I hate. This is what, like, normally people will say to me, you know what, all this SJW stuff, all this radical leftist, radical feminist, you know, stuff, if you just ignore it and it'll go away, just ignore it. But the thing is, we can't ignore it. It's infecting our media, it's infecting video games, it's infecting films, it's infecting all the things that we use to escape from this like dreary, dead reality that we live in when we're just going to our 9-to-5 jobs and getting, you know, like stressed and just bored every day. So we just have these lovely escapes called video games, movies, and all this kind of cool stuff. And then we have what we don't want to deal with is all these people coming in and trying to, you know, put their authority all over it and say, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to show this. And what I hate the most is how these companies decide that, you know what, you guys are right, we're going to back off. And the fact that they take it seriously, they take these horrible, stupid complaints seriously. We have to face the consequence of having lesser quality media, you know, disingenuous media and all this kind of stuff. So when the companies back down, that's when it becomes a real issue. If the companies ignored it, then the rest of us on the internet will ignore it too. But these companies, like, you know, they cower and they get scared. I'm sure the majority of the black community in America don't give a shit about this, probably happy about this, that the culture is spreading. But because these loud minorities on Twitter and wherever else are crying and moaning and bitching about stupid shit, racist shit, if it was done the other way around, and they take it seriously, it needs to stop. And I don't know how the fuck we're going to stop this. I'm getting really passionate about this, but it just pisses me off. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Look, even Cosmopolitan can't say too much on it because it sounds kind of stupid. Like, normally they go in on these kind of stuff, but yeah, that's my thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I think this video is long enough as it is, and yeah, I don't know who I'm going to offend with this video. I know there's some people on my channel who probably completely disagree with me, but let me know what you think in the comments below, and we can have a discussion. And then I'll see you again on the next video. Peace.